Do 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 do. How about now? How does that sound? Does that sound better? Oops. Oops. I had the microphone turned off. My bad. Technical problems. What else would happen on a live other than technical problems? Oh boy. And it takes 30 seconds for me to realize if things are better now because I have to wait for my signal to make it out into through the YouTube tubes of things. Yeah, goodness gracious. Thank you guys so much. Apologize for the technical difficulties. This will teach me from getting fancy. That's what's gonna happen. Anyways, hope everybody's, let me start over again. Hi everybody. Good morning, West Coast. Good afternoon, East Coast. Hello to everybody in between and outside. Hope you're having a great Sunday. It's Ian the Off-Kilter Crafter. Hope you're having a great day today. It's Sunday. Didn't we just do this a week ago? Yes, we did, because it's another Sunday live. 2 times the speed on that one. Oh, boy. That was fun. All right, anyways, it's finally cooling off here in Texas. Finally. Finally starting to feel like fall. I'll be wearing shorts, though, so if I stand up today, you'll see that I'm wearing shorts, because it's wonderful to wear shorts in the cooler weather. So no, sorry Danelle, there's nothing wrong with your laptop. It's me, that's the problem. I'm like, my microphone is on, I see that it's on. Probably just hit it. Sorry everyone. Samantha says sounding good, love the shirt. Thank you so much. Bill, if you are familiar with Bill over in Becca's group, he actually sent it to me. So thank you, Bill, so much for this shirt. I love this shirt. It is a perfect Halloween shirt. Love it. Yeah, so finally on. Love your shirt. Thank you. I appreciate that. No worries. No worries. 79 degrees here in very southern California. It is 66 here right now, which is amazing. So happy about that. In fact, after the live is over with, I'm probably going to open up the window, get some fresh air in. So, Joan says, hello, everybody. Hello, Ian, and hello, everybody else. Hope everyone's having a great weekend. And you know what? I am so silly. I just realized I didn't even plug in. I have a ring light, and I didn't even plug in the light for the ring light. So that was silly. Wow, where's my brain today? I have no idea where my brain is today. Where's the knob to there? Turn it down just a hair. What is up with me? I don't know what is going on, but my brain is not here today. I don't know what's going on. Yes, me too. Glad for the cooler temps. Absolutely. Donnell says that she's feeling much better. So glad that y'all are feeling better. Hello. Katrina says, good afternoon. It's a beautiful day here in Florida. Hello. Danelle says, first day of me being out of bed and in my sewing room in the last 6 days. Such a happy day for me. I'm so glad to hear you're did you hit the record button? Well, if you're seeing me, then yes, I did hit the record button. So that's a good thing. But goodness gracious. Anywho, hi everyone. I lost everybody at the beginning of the chat. So if you're here, hello. Thanks for joining me today. Really appreciate that. I know, isn't this an awesome shirt? It's so awesome. It's got all the Mickey things and all the Halloween things. It's so great. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Bill. I really do appreciate that. Big shout out to Bill for sending this to me. It was delivered very weirdly, but I'm glad I have it and I love it. Okay, so let's talk about next week. I have a commitment next week. I will not be doing a live stream, but I'm not going to leave you empty-handed. You will still have, it's a short video, but you will still have a video to check out next week. It is a video premiere. It's already scheduled on my YouTube channel. So you can actually click the little bell notification, you can click the button that says notify me. So that way when the premiere goes live, you'll be able to jump in and chat with everybody. I will not be there, unfortunately, but I wanted to give an opportunity for all of you to chat with each other. So feel free to chat, say hello with everybody. It's a shorter video. I think it's like 10 minutes maybe. So it's not going to be, unfortunately, a full length, live stream and all that kind of stuff. But I figured something was better than nothing, so I hope that you enjoy it. And again, unfortunately, I won't be able to be there, but I hope you do enjoy that time together. Did you watch the eclipse? So Terry asked. Yes, I did. I did watch the eclipse yesterday. It was very awesome. Here in North Texas, we only had about 80% coverage, so it didn't get to the ring of fire that they saw in like San Antonio. But here in DFW, we did get a good coverage of the sun. And it's amazing how bright it still is with 80% of the sun covered. Like, it's still very bright. It's a weird kind of color. If you've never experienced a solar eclipse, either a full solar eclipse, like a total solar eclipse, or a partial solar eclipse, the light becomes weird. Like, I was driving to go observe it, and the whole world there's this weird tint of color that happens with solar eclipses. It's awesome, but it's weird. So I did get to enjoy that little bit of time looking at it and seeing the crescent of the sun as the moon passed in front of it. Next year, I'm so excited about this. Next year, April, we're going to be having a full-on total solar eclipse here in DFW, and I could not be more excited for that. If everything works out, that will be my third solar eclipse that I will have witnessed. Full total solar eclipses that I've witnessed. So very cool. Tammy says, "Yay, love the lives with Ian." Thank you, appreciate that. Bill does rock. He rocks awesome. I'm so thankful that I have been able to get to know him. So. Ines says, I got my spooky box and I finished it, so you won't ruin my surprise now. Good, I'm so glad. Did the birds stop singing? It's interesting, Catherine. It was kind of loud because there were people chainsawing. Where I was at, there were people chainsawing. There was trains going by. It was very noisy. The birds never really stopped singing, and it wasn't. Having been through a total eclipse where everything goes absolutely dark, where the world really comes to a complete stop. This one was not like that. The birds still were doing their thing. People were obviously still doing their thing. It wasn't anything like in a total solar eclipse. Yes, birds stop chirping, bugs stop buzzing, like everything just kind of stops. With this one, it was just kind of like, things are a little weird. And then, everybody kept going, so I don't know. So Terry says, my daughter drove to San Antonio to get a good look with some friends. I think it was a 5-hour drive, goodness gracious, but totally worth it. I've been watching lots of replays of your video of making labels with the Cricut Maker, and made one but got stuck after that. But I'm trying. Good for you. I'm glad that you're trying. That's so awesome. Oh, I just made fireworks happen. There you go. Go you. Is it? And no, it doesn't. What was that? It was totally just worked. Oh, there. Yay, you did it. You were trying. That's a good. I forget that the animations are on. And so like when I do, if you haven't seen it here on my channel before, like I can do thumbs up and the thumbs up will come on. If I do the thumbs down, you got to get it where it sees it. And I don't know why sometimes it's like, oh, there it is. See? And you can do like peace sign, be like, yay. And balloons up here. So weird. So weird. And then you can do the really cool one, which is rock on. Yeah. Look at that. How cool is that looking? Oh boy. How did you do that? I have a Mac and they've introduced this new thing where you can do reactions. So as I do different reactions, it will as I do different signs and stuff, it'll appear on the screen. So sometimes I forget I have them and I'm like, yeah, cool. And then something appears on the screen and I'm like, what was it? Oh, right. Yep. Now you made my birds cheer. Oh, that's funny. So anyways, yeah, fun times. Fun times. All right. So next week, already talked about that. Stay tuned to my channel, guys. We got lots of surprises coming up over the next few months. I don't want to give anything away, but just trust me, guys, you're going to want to subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'm hoping to do a giveaway at the end of the year, so pay attention to my channel. I've got a lot of surprises coming. Hi, Pat Strawhouse. Welcome. I'll replay this for my kids. They would love that. Good. I totally forgot that it's there, and I did it by accident. It is like being on FaceTime. I mean, that's what these reactions are. They're FaceTime reactions, but it's pretty funny. Anyways, all right. So let's. Anyways, stay tuned to my channel. Lots of surprises coming up into this month, beginning of next month, into December. Lots of fun. Don't forget, we also have the So Long coming up starting in November. If you haven't checked out that video, go check out that video. I'm like, what, 12 minutes into this, and we haven't even talked about what we're doing today? Typical Ian live. And then what else is going on? Lots of surprises, lots of fun coming up. What else? What else? What else? I think that's it for the moment. I can't think of anything else. I know there was more, but I totally forgot it. Anyways, so today we're going to be working on some more of the Starburst from the Atomic Starburst pattern. Becca actually bought and gifted me this pattern. Yes, I said bought because I want to make sure it's very clear. She didn't just send me a copy of it. She bought me a copy of it. You're supposed to not just copy patterns. You're supposed to actually like buy them for other people if you're going to gift them. Be nice to our artists. Like provide them what they deserve for their patterns. Anyways, and so she gifted me the Atomic Starburst quilt pattern. I found a perfect way to use it. If you missed the live with Tiffany, Becca, and Teresa, where's my mind today? It's just gone. If you missed that live here on my channel, I sent them mystery fabric, and it was... Guys, I'm just going to give up. Bye, everyone. It's been good seeing you. I will see you next time. I sent them mystery fabric. They didn't know what was inside, but I sent them some of the neon from Tula Pink. My brain is just not working today. Anyways, so we all had to design something. Could be a quilt, could be whatever you wanted to work on. And so I used the neon to make some stars. Thank you guys, I appreciate y'all understanding. So I made some of the Atomic Starburst stars using the neons, and I love how they came out, and I'm super excited with how this quilt is gonna look. If you've never seen the Atomic Starburst quilt, it has a lot of diamond shapes in it. It's got these paper FPP stars in them, but then they also have a lot of these like diamond shapes, and these diamond shapes are very big shapes. In fact, I actually bought the templates from Violet Craft because I knew I would, ooh, I'm about to throw them on the floor. I knew that I would want to fussy cut the fabric and get as much of a view of them as I can. The paper template has a tape, the pattern has a paper template. Yeah, it's all over the place. Anyways, so it has paper templates in the pattern, but I wanted to be able to see exactly where I was going to cut in my fabric so that way I could get like fussy cut it out. So I did buy the template from Violet Crafts. It has the sashing template, and then it has the diamond template in it. And so I use that diamond template to make fussy cutting a little easier. So these are some of the other designs that I've pulled out of the out of this fabric. And this fabric line is the Rachel Hauer, H-A-U-E-R. I don't know how to pronounce that. Storybook Halloween. That's the fabric line that I'm using for my kind of vignettes of Halloween. I figured this would be such a great, like, perfect little vignettes of the fabric. A lot of these designs are so big that they don't fit like small. If I was to cut it up into smaller pieces, this would not work. But as you can see, they're larger imagery that work perfectly in these diamonds. And so I've cut this out so that it will be perfectly Hauser. Maybe it is Hauser. Did you starch those diamonds? I sure did. I starched all of this fabric for sure. Somebody had a question. What's the background fabric? The background fabric is Fairy Flakes from Tula Pink in the ink colorway. So it's got the black on it. So I absolutely cannot wait to put this together. This isn't going to get done for Halloween, unfortunately. But I think, like, look how, it's going to be so cute when it comes together. And I love this fabric line. It has a lot of great imagery in it. It has a lot of fun things in it that I think are going to be perfect. Like, look at these potion bottles. Look at those potion bottles. And look how perfectly the diamond kind of frames out those potion bottles. I think it's going to be great. We've got some coffins going on. Do y'all remember the joke I told you about the spine? Do y'all remember that? It was about a week back. Did you get, okay. You're welcome. All right, and then we also have like teapots and teacups, and I mean, just these diamond shapes are just so perfect. We even have, I love this one. It's got the little black cat tea kettle in there, and it's just awesome. I love it. My favorite one, and I'm so sad because I bought a fat quarter bundle of these fabrics, and it did not give me a full. I never got a full piece of this cat fabric. Like, it cut it off at the top or the bottom, so I never got a full piece. I kind of want to go back and order a full yard of that panel or of that fabric because it's so beautiful. The artwork in it is just absolutely stunning. So anyways, I'm talking way too much, but look how cute this is. Look at that. Look how cute that is. It's awesome. I love it. So anywho, so today we're just going to be working on the last of the FPP stars. I thought I was done with the stars, and I have two left to do. I thought I had two left to do. Excuse me, but I realized that when I was pulling the paper off, that one of them, the bottom portion was fine, but the top portion, I had missed a little bit of the FPP, and so there was a raw seam just hanging out there in the middle of everything. So I ended up ripping it apart, trashing the top part, because I would have to literally rip the whole thing apart in order to put it back together. And honestly, it's easier just to start over. So I'm gonna have to make a half one today. So I don't know if we'll make the half one on live or what, but I'm definitely going to make 2 of these with y'all today, and then I'll worry about the half later on. So, anyways. Do you know what company makes the Atomic Starburst? It is the Violet Craft. Violet Craft is the author of the pattern. Make sure to go check her out. Gotta go. Hubby drove in muddied. Uh-oh. Go get them out, Kathy. Those fabrics will be really cute with the stars. I love it. And I'm not really a Halloween fan. I'm so glad that you like it, Joan. It's gonna be pretty cool. I'm excited for it. I'm just sad that it won't happen before Halloween, but that's okay. There's always next Halloween. I mean, it's not like I could get it quilted anyways. My quilter has 5 of my quilts right now. 4? 5. I think she has a lot of my quilts right now. And so she's going to be working on those. There's no way that she'd be able to get this done in time. That's fine. That's totally fine. I loaded her up with a lot of quilts, so I'm excited. So, anywho, that's what I'm working on today with y'all. And I've got to say, after this quilt, after I put these FPP stars together, I need to take a break from FPP. I've been doing FPP for months now, and I kind of need a break from it. It's fun and I like it, but oh my gosh, when you're doing project after project after project that's only FPP, it gets to be a little much after a little bit. So I'm gonna go on a palette cleanser after this quilt is done with the FPP portion, and kind of take a break from FPP for a little bit. Absolutely, show me how to FPP. If you need a basic tutorial on FPP, remember that there is a tutorial on the channel homepage. I have a basics FPP video that will teach you how to do FPP. It has much better camera angles than what I can provide here in this live today. I didn't feel like setting up all of my cameras today. I got lazy, sorry. But you can definitely check out that video, and it'll have a very good, in my opinion, I'm the one that created it, so I'm a little biased. But in my opinion, it'll give you a very good FPP tutorial to get you started if you've never done it before. And then Becca from So Becca, she has a video out on how to, it takes it up to the next step, basically how to FPP using freezer paper and doing freezer paper FPP. So make sure to go check out those videos. If you would like to learn how to do FPP, that's the way to do it. That is the way to do it. And I'm pretty happy with how well I'm able to spot a 1/4 inch. As I was working on some of these off live, I was very surprised how accurate my 1/4 inch look. I can just like eyeball a 1/4 inch. So pretty happy about that. And then I still ended up somehow missing one of my orange stripes on one of mine. So I'll have to go back and redo that part, but that's okay. I've got the bottom portion done. I just need to redo the top, and it should be good to go. So you're going to see me going back and forth a lot because workstation sewing machine. You're going to see me rolling around a lot, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's what I've been doing all weekend. My leg muscles are awesome. Let me just tell you, I have some pretty good leg muscles from rolling my chair back and forth as many times. There's 30 of these, I believe. I think there's 30 Starbursts in this pattern, so I've been going back and forth a lot. Going back and forth a lot. Anywho, what's everybody else up to and working on today? There's been a couple of times that I've meant to grab my seam roller, and I've almost grabbed my rotary cutter instead. I'm like, nope, don't do that. Don't do that. We are getting very close to Halloween. I'm sad that it is coming up towards the end of spooky season, but spooky season lives on year-round for me, so I will continue with Halloween because that's my jam. Hey GG Quilts, welcome. Hope you're having a good day today. And of course, if you are on the replay, let me know. Say that you are on the replay, because I love to know when people watch my video, even if it's on the replay. Some YouTube channels call their replay people the replay squad. Is that like squad goals or something? I don't know. I'm kind of mad at myself because I've actually messed up 2 of the Starbursts. The one that I've got to redo today, and there was a purple one that I ended up putting the striped fabric on where see, I almost did. I almost grabbed for my rotary blade where the black fabric should have gone. So I ended up having to throw that one away as well because it just didn't work. Just didn't work. And if I went to, I would have to literally unpick the entire block in order to make it work. And honestly, I'm just like, cut my losses, move on. Let's see here. Oh goodness. Wow, all these messages just came through for me for some reason. That was weird. I am, let's see. T-shirt, quilt, and last clues for Village Green. Very nice, Louise. Donnell is busy listening to you and taking pictures of my butterfly hair clips to post on my Etsy store. Very nice. I made a Grinch Christmas pillowcase with scraps from 3 quilts. Awesome. Use up those scraps. I'm making a label for a quilt by hand, and then I'm going to plan out my VC FPP elephant violet craft. Thank you. Elephant number 2. Very cool. Hello from Maryland. Hello. Hello, Brenda. Thank you for being here today. Binding ends on my By Annie Duffel Travel Duffel 2.1. Sue Ellen, it just came up on my memories today on Instagram that I finished my. Am I doing this right? Yeah, I'm doing it right. I finished my By Annie Travel Duffel 2.1 1 year ago today. I posted that on my Instagram. Replay crew most of the time, but live today. Well, I'm so glad that you could be here today, Karen. This is driving me crazy. I'm gonna trim this off because that's scraps. Greetings from Las Vegas at a 90 degrees. Oh, goodness gracious. I am so thankful it's finally cooled off here. I'm working on Village Green from Cotton Cuts. Oh, speaking of Village Green, don't forget, I haven't received information on, like I've said that I've wanted to be a part of the big reveal with Cotton Cuts, but I haven't received any information on, like, if I'm going to be in it. I don't want to just assume that they're going to be like, yeah, be a part of it. So I have expressed interest and let them know that I want to be a part of the big reveal, but I haven't received official word that I'm going to be a part of it, but I hope to be, and I hope that you will join me over on the Cotton Cuts social media, because I'm going to be hopefully revealing my version of Village Green, which is the Aster colorway. So I hope that you will also watch as they do the big reveal. Oh, it's in the 80s. Oh, okay. I thought it was in the 90s. Annette says, ooh, Ian, I have enough fabric in the spooky box to add 3 extra borders and make it even bigger. That's awesome. Hello from Missouri. Hello, Nikki. We're finally getting some rain here. I just finished my mom's table runner. How awesome. We need some more rain down here, that's for sure. We still have a pretty good drought going on, and I'm hopeful that rain will come at some point soon, maybe. The weather people didn't say that there was going to be any rain anytime soon, but I'm crossing my fingers that hopefully we'll get a little relief from the drought. Also, this is your reminder, change your rotary blade. It's time for you to change your rotary blade. Go get out your replacement blade right now. Do it while you're listening to me. Go replace that rotary blade. A dull blade is a dangerous blade. Go replace it. Because I replaced mine and I'm like, man, this cuts so much better now. Hi, Deborah. Welcome. Hello from NC. Hello, North Carolina. That's not going to be enough. I'm going to have to cut more of my black fabric here in a minute. But that's okay. I use as many scraps as I can. Cut this strip a little thicker than I needed to, but that's all right. If I missed anybody, I do apologize. Comments can go a little faster than I can get to them sometimes, so I do apologize. Also, if you are in chat, this only works if you're watching the live stream. If you're watching this on the replay, any of the exclamation point commands do not work off of the live. So if you're watching this on the replay and type that into the chat, into the comment section, unfortunately it won't work. Your comment will just sit there. But if you're in the current live stream, oh, hey, hey, Matthew, thank you so much for subscribing. If you would like to type into the chat, you can type exclamation point trick or treat, and my helpful robot friend will give you your Halloween candy. Did I just mess this up? I sure did. Yep. See, this is what happens. Time to get Jack out. Already getting Jack out. Hey, Anna says, I'm excited for the Village Green reveal. Did they announce what day it is yet? I believe it is going to be November 2nd, I think is the day. I'm not 100% sure on that. I think that's going to be when the big reveal is November 2nd. Sue Allen is here. Thank you so much for being here. So Sue Allen, she is a channel member and supports my channel. So give her a round of applause. And as always, thank you, Sue Allen, for helping to support what I do here on YouTube. Hello from Nebraska. Hello, Todd. Welcome. It's already time to get Jack out. I need to pay more close attention. I knew this was going to be a bad idea to do this on live, and yet I was like, well, let's do it on live. It's fine. I can't even do it without the live. Like, I make mistakes without a live. What did I expect doing a live? But that's all right. It'll take just a moment to rip this out, and then we'll move on. And put the right fabric in the place that it needs to be, right? Oh no, that's a Thursday, right? That's a Thursday and a right in the middle of Houston quilt show. Oh well, I can watch it on the replay. Yep, you can. It will be there. It'll be on the Cotton Cuts Facebook page for sure. They'll have a replay on their Facebook. I think it's the 2nd. What's the first Friday in November? I think it's November 2nd. It's either November 2nd or November 3rd. I can't remember which. Oh, that's the 3rd. So it should be then, if that's a Thursday, it'll be Friday, whatever the first Friday in November is. Because that's when they're sending out the last packets and last clues. So it's it's the first Friday. I can't talk. I'm done. Bye, everyone. Have a great day. So it'll be November 3rd then. If that's a Thursday, then it'll be on the Friday. Hello, Constance. Welcome. All right, let's put the correct fabric in the right place, and we'll try it again, shall we? I even highlighted. See that? I even highlighted so I could see, oh, you need to put the bright orange fabric on the bright orange highlighted sections of the pattern. Smart idea, if I would actually pay attention to it. Silly me. Silly me to think I could do this on a live stream. Oh well, it's all right. We'll get it done. As long as I don't make any more stupid mistakes like that. Famous last words, right? First Friday is the 3rd. Thank you. Thank you, Constance. I appreciate that. Bill from Sobecca's sewing group sent this to me, and I love it. All right, so the 3rd, November 3rd, should be the reveal of the Cotton Cuts Village Green. There we go. Ooh, these are the Starburst. Yes, they are. They are the Starburst. They're looking really good, too. I'm loving how they came out. I think this is going to be the perfect fabric to go along with the Atomic Starburst and all the Halloween fabric that I'm using. I think it's going to look so good. So good. Excellent. Donna Dixon is working on the Boo from the Spooky Box. Excellent. Spooky Box was fun to open. I liked looking through it, all of it. Did everybody survive Friday the 13th? I'm not like super superstitious, but I am a little superstitious, and Friday the 13th always puts me on edge. But thankfully everything was good. Everything was good. In fact, it was actually kind of a good Friday the 13th, if you ask me. Yes, add a quarter is so important to use. Could not do it without the add a quarter. Love this ruler. If you do foundation paper piece and don't use an add a quarter ruler, do yourself a favor, purchase one of these. I'm not even sponsored by them, have no affiliation with them whatsoever. But the add a quarter plus is my go-to ruler because it's got the, I don't know if it's going to show up, but it's got a tapered edge. See that tapered edge right there? That tapered edge really helps for folding the paper back. So yeah, love the add a quarter ruler. Very helpful. Very, very helpful. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've been watching some of your older videos, beardless, and you have such a cute baby face. Thank you. I haven't seen my face. I've had a beard for many years now, so I haven't seen myself without one, and I don't know that I want to be honest. It's been so long, I don't know if I would like it or not. Sue Allen, make sure you're adding an exclamation point in front of trick or treat. Guess who Nancy says, hey Ian, stand up, turn around, and then sit back down, and maybe you'll be able to talk, right? Ain't that the truth? Deborah says, I'm going to look through my stash here at work and see if I have fabric to make fall placemats. That's awesome. Anna Noel says, wow, that Friday is packed for me. Future Stars Breeders' Cup that day in Houston Quilt Festival and Cotton Cut Reveal. What a day of fun it will be. It will be a lot of fun. Susie says, Friday the 13th is my sweetheart and mine's 12th anniversary. Great day. Oh, that was awesome. That's awesome. Hello. Erica. Hello, Erica. Joan, I'm going to be working with Minky for the first time. Anyone have advice for quilting it? I have a cutie frame. Thank you. So if you have any tips for using Minky that you can let Joan know about, that would help her out a lot. I have never worked with Minky. I hear some people cuss at Minky when they're quilting it because they say it shifts a lot. So be aware of that. Be aware of that. Making a pile, I don't know, it's off camera. There's a pile of these scraps that I'm cutting off from the fairy flakes because they're bigger than stuff I would normally throw away, but they're kind of too small for me to do anything with. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I don't want to just throw it away because they're usable scraps, I feel like. Usable scraps somewhere. I saw that kitten or adolescent cat walk by recently this morning, and I'm like, oh, it's so cute. It is definitely afraid of people, though, because I opened the door and it ran off. So I was like, all right, you do not like people. That's okay. My birthday falls on Friday the 13th every couple of years. I feel like that would be a fun birthday, to be honest. When I back with Minky, I sandwich in layers. First, I spray base the top to the batting, and then I spray base that to the Minky. It holds the Minky better. That's a good tip. So you can quilt Minky. It just can be a little shifty. I know that people have they've quilted Minky. Some people love quilting Minky, or they love to put Minky backings on it at least. I don't know if they love to sew with the Minky, but I know that they love putting Minky on the back of things. Catherine, is it Catherine or Catherine? This is where the dyslexia happens, and I can't discern if it's which way is which. It is fabulous. Minky shifts two ways. One big shift, the other shifts just a bit. Use the lesser shifting one for top and bottom. Base sides, don't be afraid. Enjoy. Oh, that's nice. Ian, do you know, this is from Gwendolyn. Ian, do you know if Tula did the black fairy flakes in a smaller print like the color ones or just the bigger size? As far as I know, it's just the bigger size. She did not put them into the smaller fairy dust in the black. It's just the colors for that. And it's also, she didn't do the white on white for the smaller fairy dust as well. Both of those are in fairy flakes only. I love Friday the 13th. Never had a bad one yet. Also born on the 13th. There you go. I keep wanting to go Kirk, and then I'm like, no, it's Deborah. Remember, Deborah. If you use Minky, do you need batting? That's a good question. Deborah wants to know if you use minking, do you need batting in it? Annette says, my Halloween quilt has minking on the back. Oh, very cool. Quilt Minky side up. Oh, that's interesting. I've never heard of doing it that way. I've made so many small, like tiny pieces of that orange. You know, all these pieces have come off for the neon fabric, like all the scraps that I've made with the neon fabric. They are way too small to do anything with. Like, I'm not going to sit here and literally crumb quilt with them. I'm not about that life. But it hurts my soul so many times to put the small little scraps like that in the trash, because I'm not going to do anything with them, but it's just like, no, don't get rid of it. Mona did what is lurking while I sew. Well, thank you for being here. Well, now how did I do that? I somehow caught it on itself. Thankfully, I don't have to rip like the whole thing. I'll just pick apart this last little bit right here. I don't know how I caught it like that though. That was weird. did I do that? Fabric like bunched up somehow, but I don't know how I did that. Like I said, thankfully it's not the whole row. I just literally have to pop a few here. But man, I did a good job, didn't I? Interesting. Interesting. There we go. All right, let's take that back over to the sewing machine and fix it. Fix it, fix it, fix it. Hey, Greenland Quilter. Hi, Katie. How are you? Guys, if you haven't subscribed to Katie, where are you right now? Yesterday you were like, what, 98 away from 1,000? Katie is currently trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. If she does, Becca has already said that she is going to send Katie a legit kit of her choice. So Katie's trying very hard to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. Help her out. Give her that last little bit that she needs to get to 1,000. Thank you, Katie. Appreciate it. A lot of people are saying that they're... Well, now what happened? What in the world is happening? Jeez, now it's got a ripple in it. Jesus. Come on now. What is going on? All right, this is going to be the last time we're doing this. Ian, maybe you should take Nancy, right? I'm going to do that. Time for a coffee break. Excellent. I'm going to try and sew it this way this time. That was weird. Let me sew it from this side and see if maybe going this way makes it a little better. Nancy, what was it? Stand up, turn around once, and sit back down? Is that what it was? All right, that'll work. Keep an eye on the Minky to be pregnant hanging down on the bottom. Don't stretch it. Good to know, Susie. Thank you for helping out our friends. Thank you, Amy. Appreciate it. Help Ian out. Help Ian. Oh, I was like, help. Katie, what happened? Help. Help Ian out. Got it. Okay. Yeah, maybe that thumbs up button will help me get my juju back in order. I don't know what all that was about. That was weird. That was weird. Hey, Peggy, welcome. Thank you so much. No worries about being late. You are never late to my channel. No one is ever late to my channel. You just have missed all the craziness. There we go. Do, 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 do. All right, so we finally, I got one part done. Let's do that stand up, spin around, and sit back down and hope that that works out. All right, what was it? Stand up, turn around once, stand up, turn around once, woo, and sit back down. All right, good juju from now on, right? That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be good from this point forward. Those pieces are so teeny and skinny on the end. They're like very, very skinny on the end there. So it's sometimes hard. Sometimes I'll not get it quite overlapped all the way. Peggy, if we are in the 60s, we're in the 60s, 66 to be exact here, that must mean that you in North Dakota are in like the 30s, right? Ooh, if people have Minky questions, check out Shannon Fabrics and Teresa Quilts. Good to know. I can't remember who, I apologize, I can't remember my own name, for goodness sakes. But can't remember who was asking about Minky fabric. Hopefully you've gotten some good advice today from everybody in the chat. Hey Zandra, welcome. Good to see you. Peggy says it's 52. Very nice. So you're not in the 30s like I would expect from every time it's like hundreds here, it's like 60s for y'all. Raining and no snow. I would love it. My name is Ian. It is Ian. Although sometimes I forget it. It's really funny though, speaking of names, it's really funny when I tell people what my YouTube channel is. I went to Dutch Bros yesterday to get some coffee, and I was talking to the person at the window, and they were really nice and like chit-chatting while we were waiting for my coffee to get there. If you've ever gone to Dutch Bros, first of all, there's this TikTok, it's hilarious. It's like they pull up to Dutch Bros and they're ordering because the people taking your order have iPads and they're usually standing outside. And she's like ordering and the Dutch Bros employee like jumps in the car while she's ordering. And like if you go to Dutch Bros, you know. If you go to Dutch Bros, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so we're hanging out at the window just chatting, waiting for the coffee. And I was telling her, she's like, what are you going to be doing today, the rest of today? And I was like, oh, I think I'm going to go home and sew. And she's like, oh, what do you sew? And I was like, oh, I make quilts. She's like, that's so rad. Awesome. I love it. And I showed her some of the ones that I'd done, and she loved it. And I was like, you can check me out on YouTube if you'd like. She's like, yeah, what's your YouTube name? And I'm like, Off Kilter Crafter Ian. And she's like, I am not going to remember that. And she had to like write it down. I should have picked something that was going to be like more rememberable, because I feel like Off Kilter Crafter Ian, people are like, yeah, I'm going to forget that. That's all right. Oh, man. I'm currently working on the same pattern, and it's my first FPP project, says Sherry. There was a lot of swearing and frustration the first couple of days. The first time you work on an FPP pattern, no matter which one it is, oh boy. This one seems to be a weird, like it's an easy pattern, but for some reason I have had the stupidest mistakes on it. And I don't know if I'm just distracted or like what it is, but I have made some like stupid FPP mistakes on this one. And I'm like, where's my brain? I don't understand. And you don't want a Minky quilt there at temperatures just above freezing. I can only use mine if seriously? Does that cover it? I think it does. What the heck? Yeah, we're just gonna keep it. I don't know what happened, but like it folded over. Weird. Yeah, I don't want a Minky quilt here because apparently it's very, very, very warm. Ian, did you watch the Ring of Fire? I did not get the Ring of Fire here. That was down in San Antonio. About 80% of the sun was covered here in Dallas-Fort Worth. So I didn't get to see the Ring of Fire, but I did get to see approximately 80% of the sun covered up. So that was pretty neat. That was pretty cool. Susie Road Designs, and I need to resurrect my channel. Yeah. Absolutely you do. I've been watching Sister Chicks a lot lately. She and I did Quiltmas last year, and I really have gotten into a lot of her more recent videos lately. I don't know why. I just like some of her recent videos have like really grabbed my interest. So I've been watching a lot of her videos lately. Blah, 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 blah. Are you having issues today? Yes, I am. I don't know why. Don't know why. No worries, Sharon. You are never late. The pattern is haunted. That's funny, Danelle. I don't get FPP until I watch. Well, I'm so glad, Jan. That makes me so happy. I turned the wrong way. Yeah, that's right, Deborah. I turned the wrong way. We had a partial eclipse here in Las Vegas. How awesome. There are a lot of places that had the annular. It's called an annular eclipse. And basically, so if you didn't know, I used to work at a science museum. I've actually worked in science museums most of my life. And so I love talking about this kind of stuff because this is my science heart right here. So it's called an annular eclipse. What we witnessed last year was an annular eclipse. It did not turn into a total eclipse because the moon was just too far away from the Earth to cover up the sun completely. So it's called an annular, not an annular eclipse. And then next year, here in Dallas-Fort Worth, we are going to have a total solar eclipse where the moon will cover the sun completely for 4 minutes, I believe. The totality path is like a 4-minute totality, which is going to be super awesome. If you were in somewhere like Nashville, like I was a couple of years ago, you witnessed that total solar eclipse, and it is awesome. Hopefully, that next year's will be my third that I get to. Oh, thank you, Deborah. I totally forgot. Thank you for reminding me. Deborah reminded me that I didn't show y'all my queen quilt, and I got to show y'all. FPP is a dyslexic nightmare. Absolutely. You are absolutely right. Totally forgot to show y'all that I finished it. Deborah, if you email Open Gate Quilts, she'll let you know. I haven't heard if she's sold out of them or not. Hi, So Fun Creations. Thank you, Tamla. I appreciate that. I never know when to catch you. I don't get notifications. Happy to be here now. Well, usually Sundays at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, usually. All right, so here we go. Here's my, I knew there was something else that I meant to show y'all or tell y'all, and I forgot what it was. But there is the My Queen quilt all put together, sewn completely on my featherweight machine. Love it. Oh, and I just hit the microphone. Sorry, guys. Here's the bottom portion. Look at that. Love it. Total eclipse of the heart. Absolutely, Rebel. I thought about adding that as the song on my Instagram post from yesterday. So here is the completed quilt. I don't know what I'm going to do for a backing. I got to figure that out. But that is the My Queen quilt, all finished using only the featherweight for that machine, or for that quilt. Turned out great. Love it. All right. Thank you for reminding me. I totally forgot to show y'all that. It is fantastic. Absolutely, Gwendolyn. I love it. By the way, Gwendolyn, do you go by Gwendolyn or Gwen? Because I have a coworker. She goes by Gwen. But yeah, I am so happy how it turned out. Love it. Love it, love it. I'm hoping Monique next year will send me another Halloween box, because I had so much fun with that. Full disclosure, Monique did send me that box for free in exchange for opening it on a video. I didn't have to do any other video. I just had to open it and unbox it. But I love it, and I really, really, really want to do it. Do another one next year. I put gold coloring. Oh, I like that idea, Joan. Alice says, I'm going to do the Atomic Starburst quilts, and I'm getting my materials together. I am going to be making another one. In fact, I'll show y'all here in a minute. I am also going to be making another one, but I have a different idea for that one. Good job, Sylvia and Ian. Love it. Thank you. I love it too. It came out so good. I think I'm going to keep that one too. I think I'm going to, like, someday when I have a house in this economy, yeah, right. But we're not even going to go there today. But someday when I have a house and a couch, because hello, this is my living room. I have no couch. This is literally the only sitting. I have no other chair. Literally, guys, I have no other chairs in my apartment. This is the only chair in the entire apartment. When people come over, I have to get out a folding chair, a folding outdoor chair. Ugh, it's bad, but it's usually just me anyway, so it doesn't matter. Nora says we are in Salem for the last major. We were in Salem for the last major eclipse. NASA spent the week at the baseball stadium and gave daily talks. They were all so excited. It occurred right on schedule. So it was. If you go back here on my channel, if you go back, I actually did a vlog of observing the eclipse in Nashville. So if you look up solar eclipse here on my channel, you'll be able to find that video. Constance says, I still haven't seen everyone's Halloween challenge. Not sure if I missed it. Are you talking about the Halloween challenge that we did with, that I did with everybody? With Becca and Teresa and Tiffany? Tiffany did show her bag in a vlog. Teresa, I don't know if Teresa's shown hers off yet. I can't remember. You can ask her when she goes live later today. I think she's going live today. I haven't seen her though, so she may not. I don't know if she's going live today or not. And then Becca. I don't know if Becca has shown hers yet. You can always ask people in their chats, like when Becca's live. You can ask her, because I can't remember off the top of my head if she's shown hers off or not. I know she finished it. I just don't know if she's shown it off yet. Donnell says, Ian, you have the perfect living room. I kind of do. I kind of love my living room. Hey, who needs furniture when you have a sewing machine? Ain't that the truth? That is 100% the truth. I'm going to make another Atomic Starburst. My first had white background, and now I think I want to do from a navy or cobalt background. That would be fun. I have an idea for what I'm going to use for the background fabric for the next one that I'm making. Is that the right place? Yes. Ooh. Anna says, I am going to be making this Atomic Starburst in Aurora Borealis colors. Background fabric is Timeless Treasures, Galaxy Solar System, and the rest are purples, teals, greens, and pinks. Still gathering diamond fabrics. That's awesome. Susie says, who the heck makes pins that are not magnetic? I'm playing pin drop pickup. Oh no, Susie, I'm sorry. Yeah, who the heck makes non-magnetic pins? That's dumb. Rebel says, when our kids left home, I turned our living room into a sewing studio. Absolutely. Pat Boo, exactly. Who needs a dining room in my case? Absolutely, totally. Yep. Ian, you could come live where I do. Rent a 4-bedroom house is less than $1,000 plus utilities. Gets so cold that your nose freezes shut sometime. Oh my goodness. I mean, like, if it's $1,000, I mean, I wouldn't be bad. Would not be bad. Yes, they've all shown theirs. Thank you, Nancy. I appreciate that. Right? What a bargain. I mean, I pay a lot here. I'm not going to complain because it's lower than some places for sure, but, you know, it'd be nice to have a little more. Spend a little less on housing, a little more on fabric. Housing prices are good way up here in no man's land. Deborah says, why wait until the kids go? Why wait until the kids leave home? Yeah, rent is high here too, Timla. See, see, I didn't quite get it all the way. And I've been leaving those because when the diamond comes together up at the top, it'll create a point. So I've just been like, man, whatever. Jeez. Philly is $2,400 a month. Oof. No thanks. No thanks. I'm not far from that, but I also don't want to spend any more than what I'm making right now. Whoops. Yep, California. California is super expensive. See, look at these. See, you can't do anything with that. But I hate just throwing it away because literally there's nothing you can do with that. But my goodness, $650 per month for a 2-bedroom apartment. Wow, that's amazing. Way cheaper than it is here, that's for sure. Just Crafted Around says, hi Ian from South Australia. I'm new to your channel. Well, hello. Or should I say good day? I can't do it with the accent because I feel like I would insult you of how bad my accent is. But good day, hope you're doing well. Technically I believe it's Monday there. If I remember my time zones correctly, you're Monday. New England is lovely, just stay away from the big cities. Maybe I do need to turn the other way. Maybe that's what needs to happen. Maybe I need to turn the other way and oh boy. All right, well, let's get Jack out again. It's fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. You can use those pieces for stuffing pet beds. That's true. If I had a pet bed, I would probably do that. Danelle, don't you say that bad M word. Can't believe I have to rip out yet another piece. This is what I get for doing it on live. I haven't even finished one. I was supposed to do 2 today on the live, and I haven't even finished one. Goodness gracious. It's not my day. Try a handstand. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. And these stitches are so small that I can't do, if you've ever watched Becca's channel, when she needed to rip something out, she just goes, zoop. But the stitches are so small that I find it really hard to do that when I'm doing FPP. And so I have to pull the stitches apart almost one by one because they're just so close to each other. And otherwise I could end up making a mistake and ripping the whole thing apart, which I don't want to do. Yolanda asks, Ian, where did you get that shirt? It's so cute. Bill Imhoff, I think is how you say his last name. If you are familiar with the Becca's, any of Becca's like VIP membership or anything like that, he's usually there on sew days and stuff like that. He was kind enough to send this to me. I'm going to have to let him know that everybody really liked it because I liked it. I love it. I think it's super cute. Can't wait to wear it to Disney one of these days. But yeah, he sent me this shirt, which is super kind of him. Oh boy. Please explain FPP. Absolutely. So FPP stands for Foundation Paper Piece, and I actually have a video like demonstrating how FPP works on my YouTube channel if you want to go check that out. But basically what you're doing is you have a piece of paper on the back side that you're sewing, and you're putting the pieces of fabric together and then sewing on the lines, and it gives you sharper points and allows you to make shapes that you wouldn't normally be able to make using just regular piecing. So I can get these really, really intricate points on the foundation paper piece rather than piecing it together basically. I want to go a little bit over on that one. Yeah, I need to go over to the other side just a little bit. Not too much. Ian is having issues with his fabric and needs to spank it back into submission. Right, Rebel? Ain't that the truth? Yeah, but I have a better video explaining what FPP is. If you go onto my YouTube channel, you can check it out and see what all the fuss is about for FPP. I'm going to make another line. I'm going to go just on the other side of that line that I just did, because this fabric specifically, now if I wasn't using this neon fabric, I wouldn't have to do this. But I'm using this neon fabric, which you may not know, this neon fabric, these lighter areas, that is screen printed onto the fabric. So it's actually like a waxy kind of material that's on there. And if you poke a hole through it, it doesn't go back when you pull the stitches out. Like those holes will stay in that waxy bit because it's screen printed on, not in the fabric. So even when you wash it, you'll still see those holes. So I went back, I had to go back because you could still see some of the holes from the previous line that I did. So I wanted to cover those up with some more fabric, basically. Is the gorgeous quilt behind you put together diagonally? Yes. So each of these is a row, and it's put together kind of on point. They're triangles, so it's not exactly on point, but yeah, it's rows that go diagonally. And I believe that pattern is called Peaks. It's a free pattern online. It takes a moment to dig for it, but I think it's called Peaks if I remember correctly. Usually if you type in Peaks Moda, you'll be able to find it. It's fun to look at. It's a great quilt, if I do say so myself. And I used the Java box from Cotton Cuts. Ooh, see, I almost made a boo-boo. I stopped myself, double check. I used the Java box from Cotton Cuts to make it. That was several years ago. Just Crafted Around says, I don't think I would have the patience with FPP. Love the quilt behind you. It does take some patience, that's for sure. I love how it comes out, and I love doing it. It just, you have to have the brain power and capacity to do it, and some days I don't. I feel like today is one of those days, but it can be, I love them. I just, after this is done, I've got to have a palette cleanser. I've got to do something different for a little bit because my brain feels full with everything that I've been doing lately. Move all the FPP. I'm going to miss it after Halloween. I am too. I don't have a holiday. Y'all know I don't like Christmas, but I don't have a holiday quilt to put up behind me during the holiday season. So I don't know what quilt I'm going to pull and put up after Halloween. Afternoon all. Katie's been lurking while organizing other projects. We'll have to watch your FPP video. I picked up the Basics Legit Kit pattern while it was free. Need to get my head around this. Absolutely. It's any of the free patterns out there can really help get you going on FPP if you've never done it before. Yep. There was a free one, and I think, is it still free? I feel like it is still free. I don't know though. There is a free, is a free Legit Kit pattern where you print it off on your own computer, and it kind of gives you the basics of how to do FPP. So if you wanted to see if you could do FPP and get your mind around it, they had a free one. And can somebody confirm if it is still free or not? And yes, maybe you need a winter and fall quilt. Yeah, I should put up a fall. I need a fall quilt to put behind me. All right, there we go. Is the FPP you're working on a free pattern? No, it is not. This is the Violet Crafts Atomic Starburst quilt. So this one, unfortunately, is not a free pattern. Yes, it is still free. Okay, so if you go on to Legit Kits, and if you go on their website, you can find that free pattern. It's called the something. I don't remember what it's called, but it's blocks, something blocks. You can go see if you're interested. If you've been thinking about doing FPP, That would be a good way to find out if you like want to do it, or if you're like, nah, no thanks. Katie asked, Ian, are you going to enjoy our Greenland Christmas ornaments if you don't? Of course I am. Just because I don't like Christmas doesn't mean that there aren't other elements of it that I don't enjoy. I have a whole bin of Christmas ornaments out in my storage. So yeah, absolutely. Anna says, I like making winter or solstice quilts for my holiday quilts. Not big on Christmas as a holiday, but parts of it I love are solstice traditions, so I use those colors instead. Absolutely. It's interesting how much of like pagan holidays got morphed into Christmas and stuff like that. So building blocks, thank you. Building blocks over on the Legit Kits website. Check that out if you want to do a legit kit. Ooh, Joy T, I think is how you say that. I hope I said that correctly. Can a bot pattern be entered into a quilt show? It depends on the quilt show. Most of the time, yes. But a lot of the shows, if you do enter a quilt pattern that is not your own creation, they ask that you get permission from the publisher, artist, or somebody like that. Most shows I have not had to do that, but there is one show in specific that I entered the lattice quilt into, and I had to write the blog post owner and say, hey, I need your written permission. Could I please have it to enter this quilt into a quilt show? And she wrote back within an hour and was like, absolutely, yes, you can have my permission. Good luck. Hope it does well, blah, blah, blah. So if you are entering most like smaller shows, you won't need to do that. But some of the larger shows, Road to Daytona was the one that I needed. Was it Road to Daytona? I think it was Road to Daytona. They asked us to get written permission from the artist, pattern writer, whoever, in order to enter our quilts. So sometimes you will. A lot of the smaller ones, not so much. Some of the bigger ones, yes. A hot chocolate quilt, that's not a bad idea. A snowman quilt, could do that. I also love Halloween, but not a fan of Christmas. Fall is my favorite. Same here, Nikki. I'm going to be very sad spooky season is over. I am loving, by the way, TikTok. I'm loving on TikTok the craziness that everyone's going for the Target Halloween guy. I am not a jack-o'-lantern. My name is Lewis. Love it. If you know, you know. I'll just put it that way. If you know, you know. My name is Lewis. Very sassy. Very, very sassy. I don't know who created that at Target, but they won Halloween this year, that's for sure. My name is Lewis. Would you cut the thread, please? Thank you. How about a winter panel in the attic window pattern? Maybe, Felice, sorry. Yeah, Felice. That's me being dyslexic. You're welcome, everyone. Went to my first, Lisa says, I went to my first quilt show at a fair near us. I love walking and looking at all the quilts. Absolutely. Nikki, I was getting real confused by that message. You retracted the message, but I was real confused for half a second. I was like, what? Huh? Huh? What? My name is Louis. One thing about our state fair is the quilts are put up high. I sent a message to Tiffany and Tiffany and Becca. And I was like, look, my quilt is hanging. And they're like, why are the quilts so high? They have like this, they have display cabinets throughout the whole building that have like all the other ribbons and like canned items and art items and all that kind of stuff. But then all the quilts are hanging up at the top of the display cabinets. And Tiffany was like, man, you can't see any detail. They're all the way up at the ceiling. And I'm like, yeah, that's the downside here. Wah! Don't cut that close to the line. So that only took me, you know, an hour and 26 to get the first one done. See if I can do this one faster, more accurate, and better. Have you watched Michael Myers of Decatur on Facebook? Hysterical. I'm also dyslexic and I don't have my reading glasses on. Michael Myers of Decatur? I have not. Kelly, you are not late. No one is ever late. Yeah, that's true, Anna. Anna says, yes, it took a while, but you're talking to at the same time. That's very true. I am. I'm talking and having to rip seams out and all the... Oh, I just tore that. Oh, well. The show people don't want to get white glove helper. Well, it's also... It's not that they don't want to get white glove helpers. It's just the space that they're in doesn't allow for good ways to display quilts, like, or all the items, because like the display cases are good, but they are full. All of the display cases are super full, and like adding quilts on top of that would just be ridiculous. So I get why they do it, but it's just harder to see the quilts and stuff. So Dragonflies for Donna says, Ian, I was late and was wondering what you are working on today. I am working on, this is the Atomic Starburst quilt, and I'm doing the last of the FPP stars. I have 1.5 more stars to make, and then I will have completed all the stars needed in order to put this quilt together. Unfortunately, I will not be able to get this quilt put together before Halloween, but that's okay. That is a-okay. Let's go about 1/4 inch. My sweetheart just surprised me when he worked into my workroom. Do you want to order pizza? Yes. Absolutely, Susie. I'll take a Hawaiian pizza, please. Thanks. I know that gets kind of controversial. People are like, Hawaiian pizza, ew. It's my favorite pizza. Favorite pizza. Yolanda says, perfect stars. Thank you. Just don't look too closely, and we'll say that they're perfect. We will say that they're perfect. Do, 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 do. Let's not grab the rotary cutter. Let's grab the seam roller. All right, we're gonna go this way, and then we do it this way, and then we do this, and we fold. So Fun Creation says, I love Hawaiian pizza. Donnell says Hawaiian pizza is the bomb. Absolutely. Tamara says, I changed pieces my stars. I changed pieces my stars, and that really sped it up. But put the rows together were time consuming, lining them up. Yeah. The atomic starburst is put on point, basically. It works diagonally, kind of like the quilt behind me does. So I know that that's going to take me a little bit of time. And that says maybe that's why they need, maybe that's what they need on YouTube. A send your YouTuber a food button. Well, if you missed a couple of weeks ago, I was working on, I did a 7.5-hour live here on YouTube making the last block from Margot. And as I was getting to the end, I was like, I'm not going to make food because I was getting really tired. I was like, I'm not going to make food. I'm just going to order DoorDash. And some wonderful viewers and friends out there gave me some super chats, which allowed me to order some DoorDash that night. So again, I really appreciate if you are watching this video and you donated to me. I really do appreciate that. You do not know how much that kindness meant to me. It was wonderful being able to order food and not having to worry about cooking that night. It was wonderful. I love Hawaiian pizza, and my sweetheart gets the pizza. Pizza. Hey, Flicky Chicky, welcome. Anna says, I love pineapple, black olive, pepperoni, and sausage pizza. I haven't eaten today. Supposed to go out with a friend anytime now, waiting for the text. Well, hopefully you get some of that food, some of that fun, some of that lovely pizza. I can't talk. What is wrong with me today? Wow. Pineapple in general is long. Hawaiian pizza is wrong. Pineapple in general is wrong. Now you wanted me to do medical terms? Asphyxiaxis here. Blech. Totally understand that if you're allergic to pineapple, it makes perfect sense why you would not want pineapple on pizza or anything else for that matter. Hawaiian pizza, yummy. I'm so glad that so many of you like Hawaiian pizza. It is my absolute favorite, and people will give me the dirtiest looks for it. And I'm like, what? It's good. I like it. Shut up. Leave me alone. My son's favorite pizza is pepperoni and broccoli? Okay. All right. I mean, hey, he eats broccoli. That's a great thing. But on pizza? I mean, okay. I'm not gonna yuck anybody's yum. Anaphylaxis. There we go. Got it. Thank you. Me trying to say words. Me speak good English. Guys, it is a struggle every day for dyslexics. It's so hard. So hard. It's hard being dyslexic. Yep, exactly, Karen. Don't yuck somebody's yum. Absolutely. Pineapple is good with or without food. I agree. Right, Karen. Karen, we said that great minds think alike, right? Said that at the same time. Don't yuck somebody's yum. Absolutely. Hey, not yucking. Hey, if he likes, like I said, if he likes broccoli on pizza, go for it. Love that for him, and love that he likes that. Trying to get kids to eat, you know, some of those more. I don't know how old. It'd be funny if he's like 24, but you know, trying to get kids to eat some of those foods can be hard sometimes. Yolanda says Papa John's has the best Hawaiian pizza. Yes, I agree, Yolanda. Papa John's is my preferred. Whoa, stop. Stop. Ha, almost made a mistake. I stopped myself before I did it. Totally just almost made a mistake. Paid attention, stopped, and went, no, let's look at this. Let's make sure we're doing this right. And I'm so glad that I did, because I would have done that wrong and had to rip that out. But I was paying attention this time. I like pineapple and ham sandwiches. Rebel, I agree. There is a place here in Dallas-Fort Worth called The Great Outdoors. And they have a sandwich. I like to order a number 2 with pineapple, which is a ham and cheese sandwich. And they always look at me because they're like, pineapple? We don't have pineapple. And they have pineapple over in their like ice cream toppings. And I'm like, yeah, you do. It's over in the ice cream toppings. And they're like, wait, you want pineapple on top of your ham and cheese? And I'm like, yes, please. And they're like, oh, that actually sounds kind of good. I'm like, yes, it is. It is very good. Ooh, goodness gracious. The problem with pineapple is it's wet, so it drips onto other foods, so it's really bad cross-contaminations. And it's 2 red EpiPens within 30 seconds for me. Wow. Goodness gracious. And a hospital trip, because if you're giving yourself an EpiPen injection, you need to go to the hospital. That is something I have learned carrying EpiPens around. Thankfully, I've never had to use them. But if you need to use an EpiPen, you don't just stop at the EpiPen. You go to the ER. Annette says he's 12, almost 13, so don't worry about the kid thing. Okay, gotcha. Still, I know some like 12 or 13-year-olds that don't want to eat or will eat broccoli, so that's good on him. Talking about pizza messed you up. Yep, sure did. It sure did. Yes, but us dyslexics can put puzzles together like nobody else's business. We excel at that kind of stuff. Yeah. It's interesting what like our brains excel at. Kelly, thank you. Kelly says, I love your shirt, Ian. Thank you so much. It was a great gift from Bill. I don't think he's here today, but Bill, if you're watching, thank you so much for this shirt. I'm getting so many compliments. My husband makes our holiday honey-baked ham in the slow cooker with oranges and pineapples. Mmm, so delicious. That sounds amazing. So I'm going to be coming to your house for the holidays, right? Oh, wow. Greenland Quilter says, when I found out that Lynn was allergic as a baby, I had to read every food label to make sure it wasn't in, there was no pineapple in it. It amazed me how many foods have it in it. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm lucky on the vegetable I'm lucky. The only vegetable he won't eat is sweet potato, which I love sweet potato, like sweet potato fries, sweet potato, mashed potato. I love it. Donnell says, yes, sir. Great, I'll be there for Christmas this year. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. 100% kidding. Gosh. I don't like mushroom just because of the taste. Or Not so much the taste. I actually don't mind the taste of pineapple. It's pineapple. Of mushroom. What I don't like is the texture. It's a texture thing for me. I'm allergic to dust mites as well. It's fun. Dust mites and roaches. Ding. We are, Misty. We are. She says, us dyslexics are a different kind of genius. You are right. I'm allergic to vanilla, so it's bad I can't even smell it. Oh my, Rebel. I can't imagine being allergic to vanilla. Donna says, I get having to check foods. I'm allergic to honey and coconut. Coconut is in everything. It's amazing how many foods have things that we wouldn't expect in them, right? And for those who came in late, this is your reminder to change the blade in your rotary cutter. A dull blade is a dangerous blade, so take a few minutes, change out that rotary blade so that way you have a nice, sharp, fresh rotary blade. I changed mine a day or two ago, and I forget how nice it is to put a new blade in and how well it cuts. Because we just like get used to it as it starts to dull. So take that few minutes right now while you're listening to me. Go put in a new rotary blade. Because remember, a dull blade is a dangerous blade. Kelly, I saw, I'm allergic to Timothy. I'm like, is that your husband? You're allergic to your husband? Like what? Timothy grass, got it. I'm allergic to every kind of grass there is. Absolutely every grass. Every grass. It's great. I'm allergic to trees. I'm allergic to grass. I'm allergic to roaches. I'm allergic to everything. Ian, do you recommend sharpening your old blades? Lisa, I have never sharpened old blades. I tend to just go with new ones. Personally, I tend to go with new ones because I don't even want to risk, like, you know, they make razor blades disposable for a reason. You know, you're supposed to throw them away. Same idea with rotary blades, needles, like those are disposable. And obviously you need to dispose of them of the proper way in sharp bins or, you know, other protected ways so that they don't hurt the trash people or people who are hauling trash or any of that kind of stuff. But I go with fresh blades, fresh needles, all that kind of stuff. I don't even deal with resharpening because I think it's just better to go fresh and clean and new and sharp, if that makes sense. Misty says, and is this why I only have 3 fingers? Misty, you only have 3 fingers because you ran over it with your rotary blade? I hope not. I hope that's not the case. Ooh, Nikki has a serious case of poison ivy right now, and she's highly allergic to it. I'm so sorry. I usually change my blade because I nicked it and you can't fix that. Yeah, Flicky Cheeky, that's actually why I replaced my blade, was because there were a couple of points in my rotary blade that were not cutting all the way through the fabric. And so I was like, okay, I obviously need to change my blade. And you forget how nice a new blade is. It like cuts through buttery smooth. Rebel says, with all of my allergies, my grandpa used to joke that I should live in a bubble. When the husband mows, I have to stay inside for a minimum of an hour, and Lord forbid, grass touches my skin and I break out in hives. Rebel, I used to play, like all the kids growing up, like loved to play in sprinklers, and I would always stay on the sidewalk. I would never play in the grass. And my mom and dad were always like, you've got to water the grass. Like, you can't just water the sidewalk. You need to play in the grass. But every time I would play in the grass, my feet would itch so bad. And it hurt. And they're like, oh, you just need to, you're fine, blah, blah, blah. Come to find out, I'm allergic to grass. And it's a thing. Susie says, I have a jar for needles and blades. When I live off the grid, I would sharpen my rotary blades. All right, 1/2 to go. I'm gonna have to cut some more black fabric, and I'm gonna have to cut some more orange fabric. Let's do that before I jump into it. Let's cut off a little more black fabric and then a little of the orange fabric, so that way I don't have to do it in the middle. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that right about there. I cut it with kind of a big, like, wiggle room in it, just to make sure that it will be completely covered. There's some black fabric. Let's cut some orange fabric. Yes, I am using Tula, absolutely. I hate using so much of this. I have just, this is all I have of this orange left. It's just that little strip right there. I got a sting from a bald-faced hornet that got so swollen it dislocated my ankle. Ow, sorry. Oof. Greenland Quilter says, I have an empty gummy plastic jar I turned into blades and needle container. Absolutely. If you don't have, I have a sharps bin, one of those medical like sharps bins, because I have a weekly injection that I do, and so I dispose of those injection pens in that container. But if you don't have one of those, you just use any kind of storage, like plastic storage bin that has a lid on it, and then each place in the world has some kind of way that you can dispose of those materials. So make sure to check your local waste management and see how to dispose of those items. Kelly says, well, dang, our somewhat sunny day has disappeared. Oh no. Greenland Quilter, you can get them on Amazon. That's where I got mine. I have a little one. Actually, I have a little one. Let me see if I can find it. I had a little one originally until I started having to use these larger pens. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here it is. There we go. Actually, I have two of these smaller ones right now. This is the bin that I used at first, and it does say biohazard on it because obviously I am using it for injectable pens. But this is what I used at first. You can buy this off of Amazon. And then it has a locking lid, and then you tape everything closed. In my community, we can just tape everything closed and then dispose of the container like this. Some other places have specific locations that you need to drop off this type of container at, but this is the one that I use, and I got this off of Amazon. This would be perfect for rotary blades and for needles, or needles of the sewing machine, needles and pins. For the sewing machine, because it's a good size. It would take you a while to fill this up, but this is a good size for sewing. Oh, got it. Sorry, Katie. Oh, I didn't know that, Ines. That's interesting. Thank you, Melissa. I love my shirt too. I had no idea that they would give free ones out. Right, I would die without Amazon, absolutely. Donna says, our local waste management said, put all sharps in an old liquid laundry soap container, such as Tide, and mark it as sharps. There we go. Maybe it's a Canada thing, but I had to go ask for it while I was in the States, and they gave it to me. Interesting. Very interesting. Some places you have to drop it off at a specific location because they like melt it down. But my disposal area just is like, nope, just seal it up and, you know, seal it, tape it, make sure that nobody can get into it easily, and then dispose of it with your regular trash. Katie says, if your local fire department also runs EMS, they may let you dispose of them in their containers. It depends. I tried looking here, actually, because that was the first place I looked, was local EMS. And I don't think they accept that kind of thing, at least for my local EMS. So... because I looked at like fire departments, I looked at EMS, and didn't see anything, unfortunately. At least in my local area. The vet clinic has a big sharps collection bin. That's why my daughter takes my stuff to work. Very nice. But if you don't have access to those kinds of things, you know, again, just using a simple plastic container, mark it as sharps, tape it up, make sure it can't easily open. I just happen to have the bin for sharps that I use, and since I already have it on hand, it made sense for me to also use it for needles and stuff like that. Needles and rotary blades and all that kind of stuff. Where we live in Minnesota, we had to drop them off at the Mayo Clinic blood draw area. They also have a big biohazard bin there too, obviously, yeah. Makes sense. This one, nope. Not done with this one yet. Just trying to grab the wrong one. Wrong one at the wrong time. Let's not get off the end there. There we go. I know pharmacies have a disposal, but I'm not sure if they'll accept sewing machine needles. I don't think they will. I think they reserve that intended strictly for biohazards and other medical things. And again, that's why I bought my own. That's why I bought my own bin, just to have it here available when I needed it. Mary says, I hate the cold, but I'm glad it's getting cold enough. The stink bugs are gone because those things, because I hate those things even more. I just melted a bunch of heat and bond on my ironing board. Any suggestions how to get it off? Tamala would like suggestions on how to get heat and bond off of her ironing board. My suggestion is buy a new ironing board. That doesn't help you, I know, I'm sorry. Dryer sheets? Guys in the chat, help me out. I feel like I've seen dryer sheets, like you put dryer sheets and then you put a piece of paper. Is that right? Somebody help me out with this. I feel like that's a thing. I feel like dryer sheets are a thing. Or maybe that's just strictly for the iron. I don't remember. Somebody help out. Buy a new cover. It doesn't come off well. A new board was my first thought too. That's literally the first thought that came to mind, was like, buy a new ironing cover board. Buy a new ironing board cover. Dryer sheets work on the iron. Yo, Patty G. Yo, Patty G has been lurking, because every time I see her name, she knows I'm going to say, Yo, Patty G. What up? Everybody's saying to buy a new one. Everyone's like, just buy a new one. Just buy a new one. It's fine. Just buy a new one. So there you go, Tamala. You got your answer. Buy a new one. This is your excuse to buy a new one. Bambi says, I've done that before and I just re-ironed it and pulled it off, then used newsprint to remove the glue. Oh, it's a huge piece of birchwood. Got it. So it's not just like one of those that you can Amazon. Stop. I'm going to check. I'm going to double check. Yep, this is right. I'm right. Yep, time to redo the board. Yeah, literally that was my first thought. I was like, buy a new one. Buy a new one. Literally was my first thought. Double check here. Where does it end? It ends right about there. This should be just the right amount. I should have just enough fabric here to cover what I need it to cover. Or heat and bond the entire top, then fuse a new fabric. Oh, there you go. That's a good idea. Yeah, just heat and bond the whole top and put a new top on that way. Oh, that's funny. Iron a pretty fabric on top. It's fine. Apparently, there are YouTube videos on how to remove heat and bond from something you don't want heat and bonded. Nope, that's not long enough. Barbara says, "Love your shirt." Thank you. Bill bought me this shirt. Bill Imahoff, I think is how you say his last name. He's sometimes here in my chat. He sent me this shirt and I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Ian, how big is the finished quilt? I will look here in just a second. I don't remember the measurements off the top of my head. I think I'm gonna make it probably a little bigger because I'm 6'2" and I like bigger quilts, and I cannot lie. The pattern says the Atomic Starburst quilt is 66 by 73. 66 by 73. All right, 2 more pieces, and then sew the star together. It's a decent size. Like I said, though, I do feel like I'm going to make it a little bigger for me. And I also have a whole bunch, I don't know where it is, it's over there. I have a whole bunch of leftover fabric from fussy cutting this fabric line, and I want to incorporate that into my final quilt as well. Susie says, as a contour seamstress, my mom taught me, I like how the front of the shirt fabric matches, right? It matches right across the front of it. I think that's super awesome. I also, when I made a apron, I did it so that the front pocket was matched exactly. Like, exactly. I was very impressed with myself. Melissa says, my youngest son is 6'7", so his quilts will be extra long. Absolutely, my gosh. That's huge. It feels weird when someone is taller than me. Like if somebody comes up next to me and they're taller than me, I get weirded out because I'm usually the tallest in a room. And so for someone to come next to me, I'm like, it's weird. Anna's headed out for the day. Thank you, Ian, for your lives. Always a joy. Thank you for being here, Anna. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to spend time with me. I made my oldest son an apron for his grill, and it came just below his belt. Oh my. Oh, whoops. Helps if I put the last piece on, right? Like that would help. That's all right. I'm like 5'3", and I like my quilts at least 100 inches long. I get that. Absolutely get that. Like, love being swallowed up by my quilts. I got so busy chatting, I forgot to add this last piece on. Whoops! No, it's not dumb of you. It's like, you get used to quote unquote normal sizes, and then for somebody like me, you know, I go in and like buying clothes and stuff is hard for me because I'm not your typical height, and then I also have longer legs than most people, I think. So I don't know. Hi Randy, welcome. I'm the same way when someone is shorter than me, another adult that is. I'm 5 foot tall, says Karen. Yeah, it's weird, like, being next to somebody who's taller than me, and like, I'm like, oh, I don't like this. This is weird. I don't like this. Can't help you on that sewing chair because I do not have one of those. This is the only chair I literally have in my entire apartment. The one I'm sitting in right now. Okay, now we can put these two together. Let's try this now. I'm 5'7" and I have a long torso and a 32-inch inseam. Yeah, in fact, I just bought a pair of jeans yesterday, and thankfully they fit okay. But I hate buying jeans because I have a weird body shape apparently. It's really hard jean shopping for me. Then again, like, all of you are about to chime in and be like, me too, me too, me too, me too. I think they definitely use non-standard sizes. I'm just going to put it out that way. I think everybody has difficulty trying to shop and find the size that they need, and doesn't ever fit them right. I don't remember exactly what my inseam is because I tried on a 34 inseam and it was too long. Like, it was hanging behind my shoes. So I was like, well, that's not it. Krista says, I have long fingers. When I lived in Ohio, I started buying men's gloves so that they would fit. Yeah, I bought a pair of quilting gloves. In fact, I still have them over there. I have a pair of quilting gloves that I bought, and they're too small. They're too small because they're made for ladies' hands. They're not made for men's hands, and so I had to go to Daiso and buy their gardening gloves, is what they're called. But they have the little sticky rubber things on the palms, and it works perfectly. It's the same exact thing for a cheaper price too. So if you're ever looking for quilting gloves, go to Daiso instead of buying them from like actual quilting gloves, because you'll save some money. Daiso for the win. If you're not familiar with what Daiso is basically like a Asian dollar store. They have very cheap prices on the stuff that they have in their store. Mona has to go get dinner. See you later, Mona. there's the second star. So we worked on these 2 stars during today's live. I want to show y'all really quick. Again, this is the atomic starburst pattern. This is what it's going to look like when it's all said and done. I'm going to use those Halloween fabrics in there. So Terry says, Ian, my quilting gloves are kitchen dishwashing gloves with the fingers halfway cut down, and they work perfectly. Oh, that's a good idea. I like that one. I'm also starting to work on another atomic starburst because, of course, I couldn't just do one. It's like potato chips. You can't just do one. What I'm going to do for the next one, I'm going to use some of the fairy dust fabric from Tula Pink. And then I'm also going to use one of the neon jelly rolls, the same stripe fabric, but in all the colors instead of just the orange and the black, or excuse me, the green and the purple. I'm going to use all of them. And then I've already started cutting out the diamonds for this quilt. So I'm going to do the cameos. And basically like any of the big prints from a lot of different Tula Pink lines. And I'm going to use those fairy dust to do the background fabric. So I've got, you know, Alice. I've got the Red Queen. Come on. I have both the red and the blue queen. And then I've got the lion. Because, I mean, look how well that fits into the diamond shape. I think it's going to be so cool looking. Pat says, such great pattern. Love the fabric choices. How could you not? I think it's going to be perfect for the Atomic Starburst quilt. Had to throw in some Cheshire Cats. Had to throw those in, right? And of course, have to have bananas. This is bananas, B-A-N-A-N-A-S. And then I have some butterflies. Pop in a butterfly. And then some rulers. This is one of my favorite prints. I love this print. And then, so basically I just went through and I found some of the larger designs. See you later, Kelly. Yeah, the fairy dust is going to match everything, and it's going to look so good. I've got the sewing machine. Look at that. It's going to be awesome. I've got the unicorn. Don't you think this is going to be such a fun quilt? I think it's going to come out so good. I'm so excited to work on this. This is going to be a next year project, I think. We've got the scissors. And I just started like putting a whole bunch of different ones together. Melissa asked, how many diamonds do you need? There are 30 diamonds. So there needs to be 30 diamond shapes. Look at this one. I think this one is one of my favorites. Look how perfectly that diamond frames out the owl. I think it's going to be so awesome. And then I also grabbed a lemur from Lemur Me Alone. See you later, Sue Ellen. Bring me some of the spaghetti. I did a rose, dripping rose. Some of the ladybugs. And then another dripping rose in a different colorway. And I think I'm going to replace this one. I'm not super happy with this one. I don't really think it feels like it fits. I went ahead and cut it out, but I didn't like how it worked. So I think I'm going to leave that one out. But basically, this is what I'm doing. Yeah, it'll be Tulip retrospective. Absolutely. That's exactly what I was looking for. Love the names she gives the lines. I do too. I think it's going to be great. So that's what I'm working with. I'm going to be doing that for a quilt. It's going to be next year. There's no way I'm going to get to it this year. It's going to be next year. So once I get this Atomic Starburst done, then I'll work on putting that one together. I think it's going to be really, really fun. And I may interchange a couple of those fabrics for some other ones. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Tracy says, hello, Ian. I just got here, so I'm going to watch this on rerun. Your shirt is awesome. Thank you, Tracy. Background color, haven't decided yet. It's going to be one of the fairy dust colorways. I don't know which one yet, though. I might go for the darker purple to make those panels really pop, but I haven't decided yet. I don't want to do the white because there's like a white background. I don't want to do the white, but I don't know which of the other lighter colors I'm going to use. It's not going to be the yellow. I don't want to do the yellow. It might end up being like the light blue or something like that. So, yeah. Alice says, Ian, do you have trouble keeping the needles from slipping off the center stars when putting them together? No, I don't, because I use pens. I don't have one in front of me at the moment, but basically I like pretend that there's another one on this side and we've got this one. I put them together and I pin them in the corners. I just pin on one corner and then the other corner, and then I use my clips to clip in between my two pins. That seems to work. And then I take the pins out when I take it over to the sewing machine. Because I don't like to sew with pins. I end up stabbing myself every time. I use the fairy dust as background fabric a lot. It works really well as background fabric. MJ Sews says, hi Ian and everyone, just got here. Love the diamond quilt idea that you were showing now. That quilt will be very unique and creative and will be an excellent candidate for a quilt show. Yes, that's what I'm hoping to do with it, is get it into quilt shows. Because I think it's going to be a wonderful quilt. Like, perfect for... There's going to be a lot of negative space in it, which would be perfect for doing different designs and quilting in it. The Pat Strawhouse, Ian, can you remove the papers just on the inside points and spin the seams to reduce bulk? Can you remove the papers on just inside points? I think, if I understand your question, I think so. I think I could do that. I think you could do that and still keep everything intact. Pat Boo says unicorn poop would be nice. Oh, I hadn't thought about unicorn poop. Ooh, that may be an interesting idea. I'll have to think on that, Pat Boo. Anyways, that's all we're gonna do. Oh, here's my clips. I was looking for my clips. I'm like, where did my clips go? They're right here. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for today. I am gonna end it here and finish my last Atomic Starburst, get the second part of that done. And then I'll be done with all the Starbursts, and then hopefully can start working on putting the whole quilt together. Don't forget, next week there will not be a live. However, there will be the premiere video for you to go hang out. I will not be there, but I hope you enjoy that video. I did a fun little intro into that video, so at least even if you're not going to watch the whole video, at least watch the first, like minute of it, as I feel like I love being able to express my creativity through videos and fun things like that. So, anywho, thank you guys so much for being here. Really appreciate it. I will see you guys very, very soon. And yeah, remember, normal. It's just a setting on the dryer. I'll see you guys next time, and be ready for a surprise next time. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Be ready for a surprise next time. Bye, everyone.